Following the sensational flameout of the short-lived Disinformation Governance Board earlier this year, a new report by The Intercept reveals that efforts inside the Department of Homeland Security to police disinformation have been in the works for years and are ongoing. Let's bring in KTTH Seattle Talk Radio host Jason Rantz for tonight's lightning round. I mean, the whole thing is we thought this was gone, right, Jason? We thought this was gone. The Disinformation Board, the Biden administration, the whole nine yards. Well, The Intercept writes the following here. I lost the page, so lead me. On screen, while the board was widely ridiculed, immediately scaled back, and then shut down within a few months, other initiatives are underway as DHS pivots to monitoring social media now. It goes on to say that his original mandate, the war on terror, has been wound down behind closed doors and through pressure on private platforms. And it's not just Hunter Biden, right? As the U.S. government has used its power to try to shape online discourse. Not just Hunter Biden, it's a myriad of other topics they are going after here, Jason.
Yeah, it's incredibly dangerous. The government should not be in a role to have anything to say about what's being said online, ideas that are being shared, criticisms that are being leveled. When you have this kind of power and you're able to wield it against social media companies, for example, of course they're going to be more willing to bow to you because they're terrified of the consequences of not doing so. They don't necessarily have the power to go up against the government in a way that would actually be effective. So this should truly terrify everyone, except maybe the San Francisco Chronicle editorial board, which I'm sure is in favor of it.
Exactly right. We're waiting to see what the Chronicle says about this. You know, this is why this next topic, too, is why conservatives feel dismissed. Luke Bryan, of course, we all know he brought up Florida Governor Ron DeSantis on stage. They were trying to do disaster relief, and then he got a ration online. So Bryan finally responded with this, tweeting here, I understand Governor DeSantis is a very polarizing figure, but I grew up in a country where if a governor asked you if they can come and raise awareness to help victims of a natural disaster, you help. And yet Selena Gomez puts this on Twitter. Watch.
Hi, everyone in Georgia. My friend Stacey Abrams is in an extremely close race to become governor. I've worked with Stacey personally, and her commitment to improving mental health access in Georgia is extremely important to me.
And nobody says a word, Jason.
No, of course not, because she's standing up for a liberal, and that's okay. The funny part is the people who are complaining about Governor DeSantis and Luke Bryan, they don't listen to country music. They don't live in Florida. They don't care about these particular issues. I also am from the camp of if someone on the other side of the aisle actually wants to help and is acting in good faith, you should accept it. This is about helping the people. Yeah. It's not about the selfishness of some online loser who thinks going on Twitter and expressing their outrage is meaningful in any way. They don't listen to Luke Bryan. I really don't care what a small group of very vocal people have to say. And let's be honest, by the way, Luke Bryan way better than Selena Gomez. So I'm glad Luke Bryan's on the side of Ron DeSantis.
And I don't know why Luke Bryan had to say that Ron DeSantis was polarizing, because
he's not polarizing.
Right. I mean, and Stacey Abrams is polarizing. You think that, come on, this is not, you just say, listen, the governor asked you to come up, you come up, that's it. Topic number 3, you've got information on a drug bust involving illegal immigrants. What do we know?
Yeah, massive drug bust along the West Coast where drug cartel-connected drug trafficking organizations were trying to bring a ton of fentanyl and meth, 1,000 pounds of meth, over 350,000 fentanyl pills into the Seattle area. Thankfully, both local and federal law enforcement were able to stop it. But I was able to exclusively find out that 6 of the 17 people who were arrested during the course of this operation are in the country illegally. On top of that, 2 of the 6 were recently deported. One suspect was apparently deported within the last 2 months. So this person was able to very easily and quickly get back into this country, try to bring drugs on the streets, which are killing people in record numbers. This is yet another reminder that we have an open border, no matter what our border czar says, who hasn't actually visited the border. It's wide open. Drugs are coming across, and while this is great news from federal law enforcement, unfortunately, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds more just in King County who are still doing this kind of operation.
And lastly, Seattle Council planning to bribe meth addicts. I've only got 10 seconds for you, Jason, but this is crazy.
It's absolutely crazy. They're saying we're going to give $10 gift cards to meth addicts to quit their habit. That's not going to work. These people need medical intervention in a detox facility, and anything short of that is a waste of money.
Jason Rantz, good to see you, sir. Thank you.
Good to see you.